Today, we are going to learn the optimal way to kill a level 1 cog when you just enter the game. When you just enter the game, you're a 15 life toon with a cupcake and squirting flower, level 1 throw, and level 1 squirt. So what is the optimal way to kill the level 1 cog? This is a question that perhaps no one's ever asked in the history of playing Toontown. Understandably so, because it's a pretty trivial task. It seems incredibly easy, so why do you need to think about the most optimal way to do it? Well, it's actually important because by understanding the best way to kill level 1 cog, we're creating a great foundation for the optimal way to do more complex tasks later on in the game. And therefore also create a natural process of learning things as we go, and so it's not as daunting if we start learning strategy way down the line. So let's begin by thinking about the best way to kill a level 1 cog. Okay, to kill level 1 cog, you need gags, which we have 10 of both throw and squirt, and we need to kill the level 1 cog. So how much HP, how much health does the level 1 cog have? Well, we know that the amount of cog that any cog, the amount of health that any cog has, except for level 12, is going to be satisfied by the equation x plus 1 times x plus 2, or in the case of level 1 cog, simply 2 times 3, which is equal to 6. So we need to do 6 damage to the cog in order to kill him or her. Okay, so we know we need to do 6 damage. Now, we also know that a cupcake does 4 damage, and a squirting flower does 3 damage. Therefore, we know no matter what combination we use, it's going to require 2 hits, 2 successful hits to kill the cog. If we do 2 throws, it'll do 8 damage, which is greater than 6. If we do a throw and a squirt, that'll be 7 damage, which is greater than 6. And if we do 2 squirts, they're both a 6, it's equal to 6, which is going to also kill the cog. And so you may say, easy video, doesn't matter how you kill the cog, it's optimal either way because it's going to require 2 hits. Not so fast. There is a difference in accuracy. Cupcake is medium, squirt is high. Now that doesn't give us much. I mean, you can maybe just have the intuition, well, if it's going to take 2 regardless, might as well use the one with a higher accuracy, which will be the right answer. But let's quantify this right answer by actually nailing down what the probability is. So in Toontown, we know the attack accuracy equation. It is the gag track accuracy plus the how experienced you are on that gag track plus the target defense, which is the level of the cog that you are attacking, plus any bonus. Okay? Which means that we just need to plug in the variables here, and then we're going to get to the attack accuracy. So for the accuracy for throw, it is 75%. Throw has a base accuracy of 75%. So that means that we're going to put in 0.75 here. The track experience relates to how far along we are in our track. We're going to get bonus for how far along we are. So when we have a level 2 gag, throw is going to become more accurate. Level 3 gag, level 4 gag, level 5 gag, level 6 gag, level 7 gag. Once we get more experience points, throw will become increasingly accurate. Of course, we have no experience yet. We're still on the level 1 gag track, therefore we get no bonus here. We're going to be attacking a level 1 cog, which has level 1s have this as the subtraction for defense. And bonus relates to if we're fighting with another toon and their previous attack hits, which will not apply when we are soloing a level 1 cog. Therefore, 0. Plug in the answer to this, plug in all the numbers into this equation, and we get throw accuracy of 73%. Squirt has a base accuracy of 95%, everything else is the same, so we have 93%. So Squirt is 93% accurate, throw is 73% accurate. Okay. Now we know that there are 4 ways that we can possibly kill this cog. Throw, squirt, squirt, throw, or squirt, squirt. If we do the throw strategy, we're going to kill the cog in 2 turns, only 53% of the time. If we do throw squirt or squirt throw, we just multiply the probabilities together, and we get 68%, which means we're going to kill the cog 68% of the time in 2 turns. If we do squirt squirt, we're going to kill the cog 86% of the time. So these are all 4 potential strategies to kill the cog in 2 turns. And we can see that squirt squirt is going to be the optimal one by far. So we are going to want to attack the level 1 cog. And the answer to the question is the optimal way to kill a level 1 cog is by using 2 squirting flowers. Let's test this out in theory. Now we know that 14% of the time one of the squirts is going to miss. And just hit the math home, of course, the way to calculate the probability of something happening, we just multiple things happening, you just multiply the probabilities together twice. The probability of having heads twice in a row is going to be the probability of getting heads once times the probability of getting heads the second times 0.5 times 0.5. And so we just multiply the probabilities together. 93% times 93% is going to get us this number of 86%, which makes it a pretty clear choice. I don't think any toon should be using throw twice to kill a level 1 cog. We're going to want to use throw. We're not going to want to use throw. We're going to want to use squirt 2 times to kill the level 1 cog. Okay, that is it for this video about how to kill level 1 cog. We're going to see that the answers to other questions may be more complicated. We may have to consider other things. We may have to really think hard about what we're optimizing for. For instance, here, it's pretty simple. No matter what we really think about optimizing for, using 2 squirt gags is going to be the optimal answer to the question. Because we cannot kill the cog in 1 turn, and so there's no need to optimize for that. We know it's going to take at least 2 turns to kill the cog. The time between using throw and using squirt is negligible, and therefore it's not going to offset this huge 33% discrepancy between using the throw and squirt or the mix strategy. And we're early on in the game, and so we shouldn't really be caring too much about how to train our gags just yet. Therefore, no matter how you slice it, unless you want to drop in the comments a rationale that you can come up with for using a mixed strategy, if using a throw strategy. In fact, that may actually be a good question. Given the probability of using throw and squirt, come up with something that you can argue for using a throw strategy. What would you be optimizing for? I mean, in a very literal sense, if you're optimizing for throw experience points, then you should only be using throw ever. But as far as good approaches to the game, which should take into consideration the probability of dying or the probability of killing the cog in the fewest amount of turns, the probability of minimizing the time to kill the cog, based on all those reasonable measures, the correct way to kill a level 1 cog in Toontown when you just get into the game is by using 2 squirting flowers. That is all. I will take on in the next video maybe a more complex question, and then we can have more fun. But I think that this question is just as important as more complex ones because it's really going to ground our way of thinking.